Hey, my name's Arlo. In this video, I'll be talking about how you can be a better public speaker. So if you're struggling with stage fright or worrying what other people think about you, or you're nervous whenever you have to do public speaking, then here are 5 tips on how you can become a better public speaker. The first thing is called the spotlight effect. So there was this study where they made a student go late into an auditorium, and before he went in, he was wearing an embarrassing t-shirt. They asked him, okay, how many of them do you think will notice you and remember you? And he would say at least 50%. But after the study, they realized there was only around 25% who realized that this person came late and wore a very embarrassing t-shirt. So the moral of this study is that not a lot of people are actually paying attention to you. You are paying attention to yourself more, and you're projecting that into other people. So once you understand that not a lot of people are actually paying attention to you, they're just focused on themselves, it gives you the liberty to just let loose and not really care so much about what people think about you. The second one is fear of judgment, which is a very related note on the first one. The theory here is that you aren't afraid of people judging you. You are afraid of seeing your negative things reflected back onto you. And now this is like an internal shift in your mindset. It's like, oh, okay, I'm just scared of seeing my bad side reflected onto me. Okay, you can ask yourself, why do I not want to see my bad stuff reflected onto me? You could take that a step deeper. You see yourself as unworthy. And you don't want to see yourself as unworthy because you value feeling worthy. So now, instead of trying to fix not wanting to be judged, you fix the idea that you don't want to feel unworthy and the fact that it's okay to feel unworthy. Because you define your own self-worth, not just some judgment from that you cannot control. So once you change that and say, okay, I define my own self-worth, I decide, okay, I'm good enough. Now you can express that into your own public speaking. So you might think, oh, Arlo, this is too internal. This is not what I wanted. I wanted the practical tips. Don't worry, I'll be giving you that. But more often than not, you'll be saving a lot of time if you can fix the internal side of yourself, which in this case is you're afraid of seeing yourself as unworthy. Once you fix that, we can move on to step number 3, which is to exaggerate more. So a lot of public speaking isn't actually just about the words you say. It's about the energy you bring. It's about the tonality, which is how you speak. It's also about the body language, which is why I'm moving my hands along. So the rule of thumb here is less than 50%, if not 40% of communication is verbal. Most of it is nonverbal, which is the things that you see, my body language, the way I speak, how you hear me speak. You're picking up on that more. So what I want you to do is focus less on the words that you say and focus more on how you deliver your speech. And what I want you to do is to let yourself exaggerate more. Because there's this misconception that when a lot of people are looking at you, you should cover yourself more because you don't want to gain too much attention. But actually, you want to do the opposite. You want to exaggerate more. The more people that are looking at you, the greater your movements have to be, the louder you have to speak, the more energy you have to bring. And no, this doesn't have to be inauthentic. You don't have to fake it. But just keep that in mind that it's okay to take more attention. The next one is to like the topic. Now, a lot of people, when they do public speaking, they don't actually like the topic. They're just forced to do it. And so they don't put an effort into speaking it. Now, Arlo, what if I don't like the topic? Then make yourself like the topic. So a little story here is for my economics class, I had to make a presentation on potatoes, right? It was really boring. So I had to talk about like a potato shortage.
KFC. If you ate any of those for breakfast, raise your hand. Oh, we have one. We have two. We have so many. Wow. Okay.
Like, oh, because of the plus demand and supply, it's causing the potatoes to be produced less. Pretty boring, right? But instead, what I did was I tried to emulate Hassan Minaj, which is like a talk show host. He sounds smart. He has like these witty remarks, and then he has these videos in between what he's speaking about. So I thought, okay, if I can make this fun, I would want to speak like Hassan Minaj. So I researched, okay, I tried to make my slides a bit like him. I tried to give like a lot of funny memes and pictures. And in the end, I liked the topic. And the best part was my friends, the audience, they loved the topic just because I liked the topic first. And then I presented it in a way that I would enjoy it. Was it worth it? Yes. Would I do it again? Yes. But I wouldn't have had the results that I gotten if I didn't like the topic in the first place. And the last tip is to practice 5 times before worrying. Now, we often worry about, okay, will our speech be good enough? Don't worry about that until you've practiced 5 times. If you can do it 5 times, I can guarantee it, you can learn it word for word, or if not, you'll understand the main concept of it without having to, to shake a lot or be too nervous. You know what you're talking about because you put in the work and the effort to practice. So the last thing I give like a bonus thing is, Arlo, I've tried all of these things, but my public speaking isn't that good. I still get nervous whenever I have to present. I hate it when people look at me. Well, I'm the same way. Everyone gets nervous. The first greatest fear is public speaking. The second is death. People fear public speaking more than death. You're perfectly normal if you kept trying public speaking, but then you're still nervous. But what you've noticed is you'll become more exposed to it. And as you keep doing public speaking, the fear will go less and less and less. So instead of trying to beat yourself up for not getting the results that you want, cheer yourself up for actually putting yourself out there and improving 1% every time. If you go on one speech per month, one presentation by yourself, you would improve. But let's say if you do 10 and then you do 20, it's like riding a bike. The more you do it, the more you fall, the faster you learn. So instead of beating yourself up, because I know you are, I've been that, I've always beaten myself up. I want you to instead have a growth mindset. Your efforts aren't in vain, they're going to help you improve. So, yeah, that's all. That's the 5 tips and a bonus tip on how you can improve your public speaking. If this was helpful, let me know. If you want more tips on whatever it is that you need, let me know and I'll make a video on it.